A very warm welcome to all our listeners around the world. You're welcome to the Tokunbo Fernandez show, a show that promotes the true life stories and the success stories of Africans and Caribbeans around the world. So if there's a product or initiative you wish to share, feel free to give us a call on 0788 280 9005. That's 0788 280 9005. Perhaps you want to be one of our sponsors of this YouTube channel. Feel free to give us a call on the same number. It's all about promoting the true life and success stories of people making a big difference around the world, Africans, Caribbeans, and community achievers. Also, feel free to visit our international blog at www.tonyfernandez.co.uk. We have some amazing guests lined up for the rest of the year every single week. So stay tuned and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have an amazing guest in the studio today. So we're logging into Nigeria. He is a leading media icon in Nigeria, development, communications, and social transformational uh, expert and broadcast trainer, currently the head of the Cleverest Communications as well. Previously, he's worked also as the head of external relations for BBC Media Action in Abuja, and he's been the backbone of so many Nigerians around the world, inspiring them to greater heights. He's also been a great supporter of mine for many, many years. So it's a pleasure to have on the show for the first time Mr. Aro Leonard. Welcome to Tony Tokunbo Fernandez show. How are you today?
I'm cool. I'm cool. Thanks a lot for inviting me. It's really, let me say, a great honor to be here.
Yeah. And I'm sure our listeners around the world, Africans and Caribbeans, and even the non Nigerians, are dying to know a bit about yourself, your background, and the things in life you're most passionate about.
Okay. Well, a lot of people in Nigeria and maybe all over the world, some call me a journalist, some call me a broadcast, whatever, and all that. But the truth is, I prefer to call myself an environmentalist. That's what I am. And more specifically, an environmental and resources planner.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually what I studied in university. And a lot of people wonder because what I've done over the past 20 years plus, 30 years, has revolved around the media space and development work. So people usually wonder why. So I see myself as someone who came into that industry not to be a journalist, but someone to help transform life, to help improve the use of resources, just make the world a better place. And no matter what you want to do in life, the best way to communicate whatever you want to do and reach out to a great number of people is through the media. And that's why I am seen, all around the media, and people call me media person, but really I'm an environmental and resources planner, someone who only uses the media to help make lives better, help make resources available for people, make information available for people, just anything that helps people live a better life and make the best use of whatever we have in the world. That's me.
Fantastic. And in terms of making the most of the media to benefit humanity, I remember many years ago I met the late Derek Kirk Anthony, a Jamaican broadcaster who took
Yeah.
Nigeria by storm. And he inspired me to get into media as well. Um, what would you say were the defining moments that inspired you to pursue your profession?
Um, I would say it happened by accident. A little bit background. I after my secondary school, I worked in a video. I was also a music composer. A lot of people don't know that. I have over 500 to 600 songs written, but never released any. And so I was into music also. I was rapping, I was singing, doing all those kind of stuff. And a guy who met me at the video club where I was working took me to NTA, and this was 30 years ago. And that's how my broadcast, journey started, and featured me on a show, Young At. The show is still on till today. And then later on, they wanted me to produce a couple of programs for them also, and things like that. That's how it started, even before I entered the university. And so at the university, I I was part of a fellowship that that had as the core of what they did. That's the BSF, Baptist Students Fellowship, was building people. Everything around the fellowship was not just about coming to church, pray, and all that. It was about building people, helping people to score good grades in school. That's the main reason why you are in school. So there was a huge mentorship program there, which I really loved, which helped me a lot. And that's where I took it up. I remember in my 200 level, from my 200 level, I started mentoring students in 100 level. So I had a core set of students that were my mentees. I was coaching them, and helping them to. And funny enough, till I graduated, among all the sets of my, where I had core students that I was mentoring, at least if there were 6 students in my department that got 2, so that inspired me a lot. And during my NYSC, I was also training a lot of people. That's actually where my broadcast training stuff started. I was a member of the orientation broadcasting service in camp. So with my video production skills and all that, and my media experience previously from the NTA, I started training young people on broadcasting. Then after my service, I continued. Every year I would go to the NYSC camp as a volunteer. Nobody was giving me anything. Recruit people into the orientation broadcasting service, train them, and those who want to serve in media houses, we help post them there. All this was before I even went for my master's degree. And so I now went for my master's, studied, and came back and decided to start a radio program that will help young people not make the kind of mistakes I made in school, to help them get better grades, to help them make the best use of opportunity. And then I also discovered that the next wave of how will I call it? The next wave of anything in the world that would be super was ICT. So any young person that did not key into ICT would be missing a lot in the new wave of things coming in the world. Then I didn't even have a phone handset. GSM just came into Nigeria then and all that. So I used that radio program, even though it was a campus live kind of program, which in most stations you just see them, this latest song, this latest, this. No, we used that program to train a lot of young people, to get them excited about ICT. We opened emails for young people, taught young people how to download MP3, how to use Skype, and all those, kind of thing. And so that was what now took me fully into the media. I applied for training with Internews Network, that's an international organization in the US. They trained me, and immediately after, gave me a job. So that just brought me straight into the media circle. I became a full media trainer, started training broadcasters all over the place. And then I now saw it as an opportunity. That's where my eyes really opened and saw the vastness of the opportunity. I said I was a music composer. I wanted to release albums in my early days. I didn't have any money because I sponsored myself to university. And, I always felt one day I'll have a lot of money and I would open a studio, record young artists for free. I never knew what God was doing. So when God brought me into this media circle, first to Internews Network and then to the BBC. I now saw that I had a lot of influence over 80% of the radio and TV stations in Nigeria. And I realized that one of the biggest challenges artists had was promoting their music. And so I took it upon myself. I promoted all artists, you name it, whether it's the Wizkids of today or Flavor Nabania. Most of them, I was the first person to take their songs around Nigeria, and in some cases without them even knowing, you know. And then as a media trainer, I started training broadcasters how to do programs that tackle development issues, how to do programs that help people live better lives. So you see, that thing that brought me in to the media circle without me really knowing that that was where I was going, now showed me, opened up a space for me to do what I really wanted to do, which is help people, mentor people, and all that, like I had benefited while I was in the university.
When we look at someone like you today and your profound contributions to the Nigerian media industry as a backbone to many musicians, many artists, many role models, how important would you say it is for us Africans to use our blogs, our voices, our networks to create our own stories and our history?
See, there's nothing that could be more important than that. I spent 14 years working in the BBC. It's British, right? But a lot of the things that were developed that the BBC is proud about in Africa today were developed by us right here. I was producer of the largest HIV campaign in Africa. Some of the HIV spots I produced way back 2005 won global best award. I was producer of Flavor, youth show that was second to none worldwide. You know, all these things were produced by us. You see, but it's sad that a lot of times foreign organizations would be the ones to come and push these things out. Whereas we have the ability, the talent, everything to do things by ourselves and tell our own story the way we understand it. I know in the BBC several times we had issues where, they'll say, okay, do this story like this. I'll say no. I'll say no. This is the way it's supposed to be. This is the Nigerian angle. And that Nigerianness we're able to put into the stories is what made those BBC outputs unique. Today, you see the BBC coming, they have BBC Pidgin, all these things. There's nothing new that we do not have here. But unfortunately, we are not, harnessing our abilities and pushing our stories out. That was why, Tony, I will tell you, when I met you those so many years ago, doing that your program and setting that your blog up, I was so excited because that was why I would do anything to support you any day. Because I was looking for Nigerians to do these things, to push these things. If we had other people doing some of the kind of things we were doing while working at the BBC, you could imagine the impact we would make. You travel out of this country and people look at Nigerians with some kind of, these are 419 people, these are, whereas in the world today, there is no sector you want to talk about that you don't have a Nigerian excelling there. Whether it's sports, entertainment, technology, you name it. But who is telling that story? Nobody. Nobody. And which is why we need more of the Tonys, more of myself. I'm challenging everybody. If you are African, whatever page you have, whatever opportunity you have, I think no matter how difficult it is, we just need to start pushing our stories out, posting things, and making the world see the beauty, the talent, the opportunities, you name it, that Africa has. it's really sad because take for instance, we have the largest network station in Africa right here in Nigeria. That's the NTA. Channels Television is currently the leading Africa media organization when it comes to online posts, making use of online resources. You know, we have all that. The number of stations in Nigeria are uncountable. And now with satellite technology, you stay in Nigeria, yeah, you stay in your bedroom, you could broadcast anywhere. So if we all could tell more of our stories, the impression the world has about Africa will change. And it's also going to bring a lot of development to Africa. It will make our young people see that they are not second class, they are not backward, but they can match any other young person anywhere in the world and even do better. And this will spur them, you know, to look inward and really come up with more innovations that will move the continent forward.
And we always thank you for the great work you're doing for Nigerians around the world. I'm a testimony of all the work you've done through lots and lots of people who scream out your name. On a very final note, I'm sure our listeners around the world are dying to know the current initiatives you're involved in today, because I see you're involved in quite a number of initiatives. And if people want to get involved, how can they reach you?
Okay. Um, if you go online and you see Cleverest, that starts with a K, Kleverest. Any page you see with Cleverest is mine. Anyone that is not mine is 419. Okay, and that's my name. Currently, I left the BBC in 2019, and since then, I've been helping set up radio and TV stations, helping new people who want to set up stations and also revive old ones to make them focus on development themes, make them do programming that helps people live better lives and also generates revenue for them. With a couple of veterans, people like Kevin Ejiofor, who was a former Director General of FRCN. He's 83 years old, but still drives himself. Richard Asiegbu, one of the best sports presenters in Africa. Jikato, these are veterans that they want to give back to the society. And so they brought me into the fold. So together we set up the West Africa Broadcast Media Academy. The campus is in Enugu, and it's like a give back to the society. It's the first of its kind actually in Nigeria that combines all aspects of media. We have the Broadcasting Academy for Radio in Lagos. We have the one for TV by NTA in Jos, but we don't really have a full institute that brings together everything together. So we've set that up. We set it up in 2019, and we've been running courses there at subsidized rate. Also, my Cleverest center is SCENTA, is still on. There we do a lot of mentorship and training of young broadcasters all over the place. So if you hook up with Cleverest Center anywhere, just send us a message and we'll bring you into the fold. As much as God gives us the resources, we try to mentor and help people to grow. So once you go online, just check any page that has Cleverest. Okay, there's Cleverest Center, which is the core page where we put a lot of our media work, development work. It's there on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. There's Cleverest Sports, focused on sports. There's Cleverest Sound, focused on music and the entertainment industry. We have Cleverest Homes. My wife runs that one, where we do a lot of DIY projects, help people to use whatever little resources you have, but we help you make your home what is something that is nice. So you don't have to have all the money in the world to have a beautiful space. There's Cleverest Kids for young people. There's Cleverest Jobs. Now, Cleverest Jobs page is not the page where, even though we post vacancies, there's not a page where vacancies are posted. There are lots of jobs everywhere, but what I've got to find out is that a lot of young people especially are not even ready to take up those jobs. And then there are others who are working, who are struggling where they are working. I had a lot of challenge, even working in a wonderful organization. And as a head of department, I had to struggle through a lot of things, managing my superiors, managing people under me. So that page is a page that where we post information that can help you make the best of whatever job you are doing. And if you are looking for a job, it's a page that helps you prepare to get that job. So these are some of the initiatives, but the core thing for me right now, which I want everybody to know, is anybody who wants to set up a radio or TV station, let's help you set it up on a solid foundation. So we could use that media space, that broadcast media space, to do what it's really meant for. When the first radio was started by the BBC during the First World War, it was used to help people to escape problem. If the Germans are coming to bomb, they tell them with code, hey, trouble is coming, this is how you can escape and things like that. So that is what radio should be. If I'm having a challenge with my academics, radio, TV should help me to overcome that challenge. If I'm struggling with farming, whatever it is I'm struggling with, the broadcast media should help me overcome that challenge. And the truth is that is also what generates revenue, because if you're helping me, I would tune in to your station. If you have like now, this is your platform. If your platform, if I'm listening to interviews that are helping me, inspiring me, I would want to tune in, helping me to move from one level to another. And that is what will bring audience, and that audience will bring revenue. So that's the way that I am now focusing on, to help to transform the entire industry and make it more beneficial to us as Africans. Yeah.
We thank you so much for the amazing work you're doing. Keep up the great work, and we'll continue to support your journey. And God bless you.
Thank you very much. God bless you.